All right, Amy, so with this one, I want to make it easy for you at home, so we'll start with a mix.
Okay.
It's a Devil's Food Cake Mix.
Okay.
And we doctor it up so it's nothing like a mix in the end. So what you can use in place of water is a 1.5 cups of hot coffee or espresso or hot chocolate.
Okay.
So use that.
And what's that gonna do?
It just gives it like a richer flavor, and I feel like it complements the malt flavor really well.
So are you going to taste the coffee in there or not really?
You don't taste the coffee.
Okay, good to know, because
Yep.
I think the kids would be a little nervous about that. But
Right.
I love chocolate and coffee together. I think that just complements the two of them together.
Yeah,
So,
it just
okay.
gives it like a richer and more malty flavor, I guess.
Mhm.
So then I add, there's this malted milk powder that you can buy.
Haven't bought that for years, but I'm very familiar with it. I'm glad they still sell it.
Yes, and it's a cup of that, so it's quite a bit actually that you put in with your mix. So you can do that.
And we're using the chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I add actually a 3.9 or a 3.5 ounce box of instant chocolate pudding.
And this must be new. This is Hershey's.
Hershey's. I found that yesterday, and
Fun. It
I
looks
decided to go with that instead of the regular because I was like, Hershey's is good for chocolate day.
yum. It smells really good.
Yep.
It must be new. But any kind of chocolate pudding would work, I'm
Yes.
assuming. Okay. And that just makes it, again, a really moist cake.
Gives it a really moist. And then the eggs, there's 4 of them.
Okay.
I find that when you doctor up a mix, using 4 eggs is the perfect, gives it the perfect consistency and gives it the perfect puffiness.
That's good to know. So 4 eggs instead of, don't follow the
Right.
box instructions. If you're going to doctor it up, use 4.
4 eggs,
Okay.
yep. And then we have to add a little bit of oil.
Okay.
I add a 1/4 cup of oil
Okay.
in with it. And then the cool thing about cake mixes is you don't have to divide it up in between all these separate bowls. You can just mix it all at once for
Yes.
like 2 minutes.
Like that.
And you can use my fancy schmancy little spatula there.
I like that. Just scrape down the bowl.
Scrape it down. Make sure everything's incorporated in there so you get all the goodness.
We'll take a break and wipe it down.
Yep. And it's just like, it ends up being this dark, yummy chocolate pool of cake batter.
I can smell the malt in there already. I'm really excited about this. We grew up with, you get the malt and they bring the canister, to your table, and then you'd share,
That's the best
I
memory
know, I
ever.
know. Fun stuff.
Do you ever do that right now?
No,
Have you done
I have not made a malt in years, but now maybe you've talked me into it. I
You
really
feel
do love
inspired?
them. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got our mix ready.
Okay.
And we've got our cupcake lined
Yes.
with the papers.
So I use this wonderful little tool. It's just an ice cream scoop.
Okay.
And these puff up pretty high. So the most you want to fill these up to would be like a half full.
Okay.
Maybe even a little bit under that.
Okay.
So maybe like 2/3 full or something. Because they puff up really high.
And
So-
that's good advice. Whenever you're doing cupcakes, at least, 2/3 is usually about as high as I go to, because
Yep.
otherwise you can go overboard.
And there's certain, like when you do a cupcake recipe from scratch, then you fill them up a little bit higher, but with the mixes, they always puff up.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, so these go into the oven. Bake at 350,
I bake them at 325.
325.
Just to make sure they don't overbake
Mhm.
for 18 to 22 minutes, and then you use your toothpick and test it out, and if it comes out clean, then you know the cupcakes are done.
Don't overbake them. That is
Right.
key, because
Yep.
they're little, and unlike a cake, they can dry out. And
Right.
You don't want that to happen. Okay, now for the
Exactly.
frosting. Let's finish these babies up.
Okay, so the frosting is really special. Actually, my dad tested it out last night.
And he liked it?
He's my biggest fan, and he just loved it. He said it's the best frosting ever, and
Ooh.
it's basically got marshmallow cream in it.
Okay.
And it's got butter, and then it's got, again, the malted milk in it.
Ooh, the powder?
Yep,
Okay.
and the
Yum,
powder in it.
yum.
And then it's got heavy whipping cream, vanilla, and then powdered sugar.
Oh, it sounds just a
Yes.
little bit good. We'll put the full recipe for the frosting and the cupcake batter on the website. So now we're going to pipe it on.
Yep, so then you pipe it on.
Okay.
Do you want to try piping it on?
Sure.
And I actually put the robin's eggs the Whoppers robin's eggs in a blender. And so there's little pieces of the robin's eggs in there.
That's fun.
So you get the little chunks of Whoppers in the frosting. That's
I
optional.
like that.
So beautiful, Amy.
Well, I'm not as good as you, but I'm trying. Okay, so now should we glitter them up?
Yes. So
This is
then
fun.
you can also add the little Whoppers on top, but you know you got to add the glitter.
Amanda's known for her disco dust.
Yes.
And it really just makes everything look so cool. These are fun.
And those are little like wafer sticks. They're cookies, but they look like straws.
They do.
So then
and
I add them.
Yeah, with the malt.
like
it's
you're
so
drinking
cute.
a malt.
I
Yep.
love that. And we'll do some different colored ones. These are so fun, Amanda. Love, love, love those.
Thank you.
Recipes on the website. Do you still have time to do some baking for Easter for people who want to pick up cupcakes?
Yes, I do.
How can people find you?
You can actually find me on Facebook. I'm really active on there. Or you can come to the Cupcake Mansion and talk to me in person. On my Facebook, also my number and address and everything is listed there.
And
so
how do you find you under Facebook? Just
you just search Amanda Cupcake.
okay, and you'll find her. Amanda's going to stick around and do the in thing these days, salted chocolate caramel cupcakes,
Yes.
which I love that whole salt and sweet thing going on. So stick around, lots more chocolate still to come.